So I spoke about the river situation, and I'll speak again. The man I was trying to remember was Dr. Ari Ikpalibo. He was a commissioner for youth development or something, while Ibim Semenitari was commissioner for communication. Uh, like I said, a little bit away from Akwa Ibom and from River State to understand the concept of what I'm saying. Akwa Ibom is one of the most peaceful states. Infrastructure, clean environments. The only challenge then, which I'm aware they've changed, was their flights. When you go to the airport by 11 o'clock for a flight of 11 to 1 p.m., the people who went to HKTC would have entered Lagos before you that want to fly would have gotten to Lagos. But over time, I think they are one of the best airlines now. In 2012, Insaya Hebong was director at Maritime Academy. He's my friend tomorrow. And we talked about industrialization of the state. Akpabio is his friend. And I think he got the project. I flew in severally, but I won't tell you what happened next. One of the things we were passionate about, because they say Lagos, Lagos. I don't even claim anything in this Lagos. Lagos is a state that doesn't live on oil revenue. It's a state that can conveniently fund its own budget by 75% of its revenue. It's a state where we are grappling with infrastructural overload. But you will understand what I'm saying and where I'm heading with this. I so look forward to a Bakassi port coming on stream, looking at 50,000 young people or even middle-level people getting employment in that place. 8 years, nothing happened. Yet there are people from that state who controls government, who have access to Akpabio, who have access to Hudom Emmanuel, who have access to the pastor that is there now, who can speak to make things happen in their state. But any small thing they can criticize Tinubu. They are flying private jets. They are living big. They are one of the ones who support bullies in the maritime sector. I can't imagine why an Akwa Ibom person will be riding Okada in Lagos or doing house girl or maid. When we can flip the coin. When there are things that could be done, even if the state says it's only our citizens, we want them to work there. When they have the right skills and all that, every governor looks for opportunity to create jobs for their own people. I can stay in such a state, but there is no economic activity, or there was no economic. In those days, you have to go to rivers even to get air, like we've on like attachments. Yet you will have politicians that have about 50, 60 people attached there. They dole out money to them when they are going out. And these people live on them all through when they are in government. And when they are out of government, these people don't have jobs anymore. In one of those days, I went to Hebong's office. And he said, Ronke, you will tell me to employ Akwa Ibom people. Look at this CV. Look. He's an Akwa Ibom person. He's in a wait. Housing estate. He said, this is what I'm dealing with in this place. So how do I balance the equation? That is another help producing state. Like I said, if they bomb all the pipeline oil pipeline in Nigeria, it does not affect me. It does not affect me. But it also affects me. Look at it, took 12 years. That's why I say, go. Internet doesn't lie. Our records are there. 2012 till 2023, when the refinery removed subsidy, Dangote refinery had come on stream. NNPC now say Port Harcourt refinery is coming on stream. Now modular refineries are coming on stream. You think international community are happy that you are taking away their jobs? That 2 refineries are already shut down. One in Europe and one in another country I can't remember. Then this international thing will be signaling wahala in your own backyard. Then you say you are militant, you are this, you are fighting for who? America is not granting you asylum anymore. You see black people, you will see shege. Do I believe in godfatherism? Yes. In my 15-year journey, I had fought only one person. He wasn't a godfather. He was a thief of destiny, and he's a reverse man. This week, I saw in the news again, one man who was a former MD of NDDC, who competed with me. We didn't have any problem. His men then told me, you are going to help us execute this project. They had power. They had authority. So then the master will give them the work. That person is in hundreds of millions in dollars in debt. This week, I sent it to somebody. I said, hey, when God told me that I should just calm down and be watching, these are people that you could never imagine that they will ever hold. Another senator, that one took about 10 billion something from Amnesty. He's a reverse man. So is it in this situation where the country is gradually coming up with its own resources, you are just trying to manage to get oil production to the level where Nigeria will be able to balance its revenue and expenditure? We are not even there yet. Tinubu is trying to, stop the bleeding, and so that we can have a basket where these things can begin to grow. Then you are bombing oil installation. Like I said, I listened to a prophet online who prophesied that he saw fire, he saw oil installation being set on fire, and it happened a few days after. I saw another prophet, they are all in rivers there, I don't go to rivers, prophesying that this and this and this will happen in the States 10 days before it happened. At least they are not close to the president. It's not as if somebody leaked information to them. 10 days before, the president was not even planning it until he came out and says he have pleaded to the right and to the left. I won a contract that I labored for 17 months, all record kept, and I signed for 6 years. When I went to sign, then it was a shock to me, and the agency said, see, we need you because you offer us what we need. These other people, these are the things they did, these are the things we did. But guess what? They did not allow us to execute that project because they said, who is your godfather? I was 30 years old. I tell people, I am proud of what I have done with my life and what I'm still going to do and what I'm still doing. The only thing that changed is I keep my card close to my chest. So when Nigeria said it was about godfather, that they won't give me, who is your godfather at the top? I didn't have a minister as a godfather. I didn't have a president or any power that big as a godfather. So they made me understand. We know that you know this thing. No. We even check you. They did not use you to carry money. We know that you know what you are doing. Most of those organs today are my friend. We fought, we quarreled, we disagreed, we had meetings, we engaged. To the point that say, okay, I will sue you. They say, if you sue us, we will allow this case to spend 19 years in court. We'll be sending our legal department to come and represent us, and it's you that will be fighting battle. By the time we finish, we have left office. This is what the president appointed us, said we should come and do. We can. Who is your godfather? And I mentioned her name. That person wasn't my godfather at the time I signed contract, but after that, I had become my godfather. And other things happened. We are still friends today. Later, when they were out of office, they still needed me for something. I also became a godmother. So what are we saying? Even men, there are men, family men with gray hair, who cry. And I'm putting it on the door, who cry in secret, begging their principal. See, I have found a point, went to look for her points where by myself I could not get. I have struggled there, have struggled here. Men that cry and shed tears before fellow men and say, help me. Anything you can give me. Even though we are more qualified than them. Guess what? When they get it, they are the first that will be blocking the way against other people. And we'll keep quiet as if we did not know that they cry to beg for that thing. If it easy as them be man, let them go and do it without Godfather. Do you understand? So somebody made you a governor of a state and they say come and sit down over 800 billion budget. And you think there are no compromises? While we were doing this work in Rivers, I came back again. The director that we were in that country together, who came back and called the development people in their state, still went the extra mile. They came to meet me at my hotel, and I remember that night. Until tomorrow, they are still my friend. And I called them, I said, what, during the election, what is happening in your state? They said, our governor said we should vote for the president, the now president, because if we vote for Peter Obi or PDP, the vote is going to be wasted because they are not going to win. So why waste the vote? Vote for president, APC at the federal level, but we should vote PDP at the state level. And that was what they did. So a governor moved the whole state that they should vote for you. If you can get your whole local government, why didn't you get it by yourself? Like I said, I'm not supporting Wike, I'm not supporting Fubara. I'm just analyzing this mentor, godfather, god, whatever. We started our career with no godfather, with no book. Go to the maritime sector. I've been there for 15 years. Everybody till 2025 that I'm speaking acknowledge, including the present minister, including the past minister. Aside Rotimi Amechi, the past minister was an Awusama. He said, Runke, you are very intelligent. He spoke to his men, and Tinubu's men, and said, and did what was necessary. The next minister, he said, Yorubama, said she's very intelligent, she knows what she's doing. Even when they bad-mouthed into him to take me off the table, he said, no, she did what was almost impossible and stood. When people say that you don't have Godfather, whether you are a man or a woman, they want to step on your head and step and do as if they are God. Nigeria is an oppressive society. People that I helped, that didn't know what they were doing, and say, see, don't let anybody ask us embarrassing question. No. Who cried for position? Who begged, who labored, who lobbied? They are the ones who will say, you two must not have a way, in the same place where they begged and cried. So imagine a man like you, standing and pulling up principalities and power, pulling resources. I'm not sure somebody can just pick somebody and make him a governor. There will be consultation with people that are even above you. There are people they call Fubara. It is in every state. It is in every 36 states. They will go to the people ahead of them and say, this is the decision that we have made. Let us join hands together and make this person this and that. Mobilize resources. Pull meetings, pull people. Tell people to step down for you. Tell people, I never become governor, I don't know. But even at our small level, when every of my oppressors saw that I had a Godfather who stood his ground, they naturally, the oppressors who think they own the space, naturally moved back and kept quiet. Because they know who my Godfather is. School that I could not go for 10 years, not because I didn't have the money. I paid money to the school in London. And I wrote to them and said, I won't run mad. Contract did not allow me to have a battle, this and that. So I asked for interruption of my studies. I couldn't go back to school for 10 years. When I had a Godfather and there was peace around me, I could do 5 academic programs and run 5 businesses and run my personal life and no problem. Because the mad people that are naturally fighting me because they think, how can she? They told me, they said, you sign this, they will not allow you to get that kind of money. So men that are twice my age did not allow me to get certain kind of money that I qualified for, that I worked for, that I labored for. Not that they helped me or they contributed to any process of it. Just came to grab and say, pull her down. I remember the guy, what's his name? I will remember it's a Rivers guy who told me, say he has access to the then minister, he will get this job. And the procurement man, the director stood against and said, what kind of rubbish is this? He said they will not let you execute because you don't have a Godfather. So Godfather exists everywhere. The problem is so many people who are signing so many things everywhere, particularly in the days where motivational speaking was popular in Nigeria. Like I said, they are all my friends. Everybody has traveled. Me too, I don't jackpot. I am only on one leg for some months based on certain things that I'm doing. Particularly for this administration that I work for and certain things that we said you have to do for the next generation. So Godfathers exist everywhere. Like I said, that they discover that, so person is a Godfather now and standing with her. The person told me that they badmouthed me. Do you know what they are targeting? For the person to throw me away so I can be open to risk. So as they are using police, as they are using badmouthing to remove you from table that you qualify for more than them. But not even, this is not a gender thing. It happens. And I keep saying, go and bring men that qualify more than me. When I do things, I generate results better than them. But who is your Godfather? Government said it to me. Private sector said it to me. Big men said to me. Young men said to me. But guess what? I didn't look for a Godfather. I continued to forge ahead. But at some point, 2 real men stepped in. One an Hausa man, one a Yoruba man. And without making noise, all the animals, all the bullies, all the brutes, all the oppressors, all the people that talk rubbish just to malign you on table because they just ate to see your greatness, they stepped aside. How can I not be grateful? Or how will I not be grateful to that Godfather? If If today there is an issue that is, I will go and meet him and say, like this, and I will explain to him, and I can disagree with him. And I can also counsel and say, sir, no, this issue, this is not how it is. That I have unfettered access is a problem. So I can imagine in my head, I'm not a politician. I've not been in that space where somebody is pushing me to be governor. But I think I know what it will take and entail for somebody to move a whole state and say, this is the person we want. Is it a right strategy? I don't think so. But it is what it is in our climate. How can you set a nation on fire? In this problem, where Nigeria is saying, do I know Dangote? I've met him before. Very simple man. The day I met him, Tony Elumelu, Evelyn Oputu then as MDBOI, and Femi Otedola together, 4 of them. Today we're still with Elumelu at his birthday where he was launching something, where he gave out $15 million for 3,000 young people to thrive across 52 African nations. Do you think Elumelu doesn't have godfather in government? You think Dangote doesn't have godfather in government? Dangote know that people pulled for him to be able to domicile refinery even in Lagos. He had gone to Ondo, he had gone to Ogun State. He knows there are people in government that pull certain things for him. El-Rufai had a godfather in Buhari. He disagreed with Buhari on principle. And when it is time to start, they will go and bow down. So let nobody be deceiving anybody. Like I said, my project that could have made me a billionaire at age 30, I qualified intellectually in terms of efforts, in terms of results. I signed it. Men with pennies under their pants felt threatened and say, you do use your godfather. If my godfather had made a phone call and say, so person, give it to her, they will do it. But he taught me a lot. Like I said, it was still my hand select that still got me on the table of the right godfather. I actually had a point, they made life so miserable, I packed all my load to Tinubu's office in Lagos to go and meet his friend. And I was reporting to them every day. So in case anything happens to me, so that they can escalate to the right place there. I'm moving also with somebody, with the governor and all that. So we've been in these trenches, in this journey. Godfatherism exists. Have they put any unkind request on me, this and that? No. Yes, they asked me if I wanted an appointment. I said, no, not yet. I need to fix some things. I need 1 year off. And I did. I had support. Like I said, when the brutes and the animals and the oppressors saw that there was a godfather, they took caution by themselves and withdrew. So what would it have cost Fubara? Can Fubara become a governor by himself? No. Fashola is very, very intelligent. He had a godfather. He served his way to the top. When they say opportunity came, he was up to the task. They always say, Bola is the dreamer, Fashola is the actualizer. I don't think he was governor for 8 years. He was minister for 8 years. He worked for the election. He decided he wasn't going to take an appointment, but he was still going to be working with his principal. They still have a cordial relationship. But does it mean that they have never fought before? I don't believe so. How do they settle? How do they sort things? Go and look at the states where there hasn't been peace. There will never be progress. The whole installation that went up in Port Harcourt, if they do not stop it, another one goes up here, Akwa Ibom, another one goes up here, another one goes up here, Nigeria will come down in flames. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, it is you, Rivers Youth, that will suffer it. International community and some Nigerians, some powers to be, they make money from confusion. Another, I think Abel Boma also prophesied on that Facebook, YouTube, saying, Fubara, he said the youth that are protesting for you, he said hoodlums will invade them and they will start bombing pipes and it will become a crisis. There are 3 different prophecies from Rivers State to him. Are there no people in his cabinet who could escalate these things to him? I said, me, a civilian, somebody that works with, prays for me, call me in the middle of the night. Rivers had not happened. He said, so until will happen over the nation. Be careful. Prepare yourself, this and that. I thought the fire was in my house. I said, I just came back from a trip. I've not been home. Where fire? I said, no. He said, no physical fire in your house. Physical fire over the nation. Ah, we spoke for 1 hour, clarifying. I woke up the next day clarifying. The third day, I was in my sleep. They called me. I woke up in the middle of the night, 2 a.m. I saw state of emergency. Who knows what can happen? When HENSAS happened in Lagos, I was one of the last set of people who crossed that Lekki from Aja to Lekki out to the mainland before they locked the place. Who knew that that kind of crisis would have happened? In Ikeja, hoodlums were sending us back. We trekked into state government house, state house, Alausa. Before we came out of Alausa, they had locked us in. Problem dey easy to start. This is the Lagos that accommodates people from 36 states of the Federation. My friend is from Rivers. He lives in Lagos now. He claims Etiosa. Do we know how many hundreds of thousands of him that are claiming Lagos? Just because their state is inhabitable. So this, I see there is no emotion attached to it. When they set up amnesty, we knew the work that we did just to get this Niger Delta youth into the. It was your big men that flopped everything up and they made billions. They are the same people government is amplifying as big men, as big men. So we stood our ground. When government set up NSDP project, it was other people that structured it well and say, let it benefit these people. Is it not just a few from oil bombing, this and this and that? Were we able to resolve the problem? Billions were. Because the country doesn't listen to the right people. Everybody thinks it's all about emotion. This confusion over the nation, if it bursts, unemployed people, if it bursts, all of us will pay. Earlier in the days, like I said in the Lupeju, I will later, these are my coping strategy. Since they knew where I park my car and they know my car, I changed car, they still know me. One day I walked into the office like this, a guy followed us. We had to hamstring and say, what happened? Only for us to trace to where he was. We discovered that he was sent to another mission. So later I wasn't bringing car to my office. I would go and park at, is it Bolade Hadebanjo Street? It's like 3 streets to my office. Then trek and come in. So nobody sees me. We padded our entire office and the studio and all that. So that even when light is on in the night, nobody can see. So when the normal staff had gone and closed for work, I will go to the office in the night because I have things to do. Then I will go into the office and enter through the Aboki shed that is securing the building. Enter into the building, through the staircase in the building, into my office and lock myself up there and work overnight, do all that I want to do. If we want to record this and that, and exit in the morning, running for unemployed people and their parents. So when some riffraffs just come into government and they are carrying their shoulder, what you are trying to do up and down in all those states that will take you another 6 months, 1 year, we will just open our record and give you, this is where these things are. Press this button, escalate this way, we will generate results into 3 months. But like I said, men who cried before their home boss to beg for position, a way to hit, they are the ones that will come out and say there is no way for other people. So when you have a godfather who stand for you and say, no way, you can't do this to this person, he or she deserves a seat on the table like others. If we do not bring you here, you cannot hit. So why saying another person should not hit? Like I told somebody, I worked in Nemasa by myself. I've been in Nemasa as my client for over a decade. CFAS Group, the second largest terminal operator, has been my client for over 10 years. If they did not bring you, if government did not bring you, you cannot enter there by yourself. We know the work that we did. Let us not mention names of people that paid prices in this space, who are men today, who got appointments because their godfather gave them those appointments. Even in the midst of the fact that they qualify, if they don't get godfather, they go throw away them. So godfatherism exists in Nigeria. That is the point. It is not only in Rivers State. It is not only in Akwa Ibom State. It is not only in the Senate. It is not only in Lagos. Imagine a Lagos if Miranda or Obasa carry caterpillar and bulldoze the National Assembly. The whole nation will say Lagos, 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 Lagos. They will be happy. It happened in another state. You can't reason beyond their emotions. My best friend is a Rivers woman. My best friend in those days, I will leave Lagos to her house every weekend. Our children will see me and jump on me and say, we miss you so much. We'll go to church and we'll eat all the Rivers food that I know how to eat is from our house. Or her soup, all the soup. And I used to abuse her. You're a militant because she eats eba in the morning. My friend can eat eba in the morning. I can't imagine. I have to say, even if it's cold, she will eat it. So I used to abuse her. Only a militant can eat eba in the morning. Unfortunately for me, one day, me too, I recently ate amala in the morning. I said, I have become a militant like I used to abuse my friend. What we're saying, what have we said? When they do party, they will do bole and all that and all that. So I have nothing against the state. But this attitude of hers, Rotimi Amechi fought with Ibori. Rotimi Amechi fought with Wike. Wike, he's fighting Fubara. If Fubara even succeeds and leave also, the next person that will come after him will be fighting him. Excuse me, you are not the first person that a godfather is helping. I say this everywhere. The South has a lot of lessons to learn from the North. The North treat their superior like a god. They will bow down. They will bow down as if their superior is a god. Even when they are given positions, but they still know that there is somebody who is superior to them. Give a southerner position, particularly with no experience. Even when they are telling him or her that is wrong or she is wrong, say, I'm the one in charge here, until they will remove him. Go and learn and say, Ogami, I met you here. You've been in this system for over 30 years. I'm just coming, I'm a political appointee. Teach me what I don't know. Feel free to caution me. Feel free to call me to order. Feel free to call my bluff. Is it going to kill you? No. Like I said, men who cry for a seat on the table, that a godfather should help them, turn themselves to God, cannot be a godfather to another person. Want to remove the person from the table. So if another person now stand and say, no, as I brought you to the table, you can hit there, she also deserves to hit there. She knows what she is doing. She qualified for her seat on the table. And naturally they come and say, how will I ever forget such a godfather? People that say, go back to school and gave me peace. Like I said, if you do not know the meaning of peace, that a woman can run 5 academic programs, 2 masters, set a PhD in motion, 3 different professional courses that have been comatose for 17, 14 years. Not because I can't read, but because of wahala, trying to forge ahead in a male dominated industry. And somebody stepped in and you are able to run everything. You are still able to run your businesses that you have even abandoned. Say, wahala felt mommy, you are able to put them. Then tomorrow they say, make out this, or push for you, or put your name somewhere, or speak to the president or authority over godfather or godmother. Then you want to start fighting on national TV, bombing oil pipeline, demolishing National Assembly. For what? I have never met Wike. The closest I got to him was when he was still living in a hotel. And we were doing something at the hotel where he was. And I said, why this plenty security? And they said, this is where this person is staying. I said, you know. But I could judge him from afar based on my experience on human capital development. I said, somebody that speaks his mind. Really, if you understand him, that is saying agreement is agreement. Something is hurting him that you are refusing to address. At this point, it is no money. His budget as an FCT minister is almost twice the budget of Rivers. His budget is over 1.5 trillion. You know, and he's doing great work. So his problem is no money. If he's looking for money, I'm sure he can find it in his FCT budget. His interest is, and I listened to all of them, his burning heart desire was like, if this man can do this thing in Lagos, let us also do it in our state. And I have traveled a bit across Nigeria. I have seen states who had come to copy one thing or the other from Lagos. Even Rivers State itself had copied how to engage contractor and say, we don't have money, be doing this thing every month, we'll be paying you so amount. And it works for them. I heard it was also used in another particular state where the governor said, this is how I did so bridge. I promised the contractor I will be paying so amount every month, and I never defaulted. So people had copied something somewhere that they want to see replicate in their states. How much money will Wike be looking for? It's just like somebody saying Tinubu is interested in the issue of Lagos. What is Lagos compared to the 36 states that is presiding over? So sometimes we don't need to be myopic. Like I said, at age 30, Something I labored for by myself. His effort, his fucking bastard effort, was not in what I signed. We weren't even talking, weren't even seeing. I was just edged in between powers that be PDP and APC. I said, wait, it concern me. Government is a continuum. Since you and this person are from Rivers, well, this is it. I was willing to part with half of the money. I lost my relationship. My boyfriend abroad put in a lot on it. We brought in $20 million. We did so many things just for young people to be gotten out of the rut. They messed it up. People want to kill you for your own money and your own labor. They are not even godfather. How much more a godfather that staked his entire life and resources? We have not got, even in America, there is godfatherism. In other successful clients, the Obamas, the Bush, the Clintons, and all that, they are in one group against Donald Trump for Kamala Harris. There are godfathers everywhere. Obama was brilliant, but he had godfathers. He pressed the right button in the right quarters. That's how he became president. If people like Tinubu say they don't have godfather, they had paid the price for 30 years. So finally, maybe to the leaders, this is what you get when you go and bring people from the back and put them over people at the top that you know qualify and overqualify. For me, this is an issue that has burnt the hand of a leader and burning the nation. Political leaders should also go and reconsider. When you even have the power, probably bring people that have paid their price and spent like 15, 20 years in the system. You know that these ones, they have experience. What they don't have is the godfatherism or power to business. When you pull people like that up, they have the tendency to realize where they are coming from. They have something at stake that they don't want to lose. Personally, they have something personally. So when they see an icing on it, they appreciate God and man. But when you bring somebody from nowhere and put him over the best of the best of the best, these are the kind of situations you'll be getting. Not only in politics, even in the boardroom. They have the tendency to turn to God and say they are the ones that give other people the opportunity to breathe and live as a human being. I don't want to see any crisis erupt in any part of the nation, but unfortunately, it looks as if we can't avoid it. As a company, we have never been part of any protest by choice. I studied history. Protest has never changed anything in the last 30 years in this country. It can make the frontliner popular. They get money, they call them for settlement, they get this, and they have global popularity. Some of them are even poor financially. But I haven't seen any major national issue that was solved through protest or escalation of riots. I have not seen. If you have seen, bring it to me. When the whole nation protested subsidy in 2012, it comes to chaos. When they wanted to remove it, we suffered for 1 year. We are gradually balancing. So what is the point? No matter the protest in a poor country, powerful interests will infiltrate and turn young people into an instrument of destruction. When they destroy, where are you going to get the money to rebuild? America will help you. Donald Trump should even show us shege. Let our head be correct. It is this oil money and other resources that we are trying to develop now that will build our country and make you a Nigerian, a citizen, a global citizen that you can be proud of. Let us give ourselves 10 years. They say we will die, we will die. We did not die when fuel went to 1,000. It has come down to 800. Let the competition continue until it will get down to a place where we know that, yes, like I said, this issue has been there since the 80s. I don't want to say anything anymore. I think I've been able to make my point clear. Escalation of riots is not the solution. If they do not declare that state of emergency, we'll be picking dead bodies now from that state. Oil pipeline, bow, bow, bow. Like that? Where are you going to get the money to fix these things? Let us think. I pray God grants us wisdom. When they shut down the businesses, I saw in the markets now people are doing panic buying. If you have offices you can't open, you pass, the soldiers say you must raise your hand to pass. They check you this and that. Ow. You have been enjoying freedom, you don't appreciate it. Now wahala come. You now know the meaning of freedom. It's just like somebody that's been, So let us think. Let us not be emotional. It has nothing to do with Lagos. It has nothing to do with Rivers. It has nothing to do with the president. It's about the nation. It's about what is it that will protect young people. Young people, now they go die first. All these bruku big men, they will enter a plane and disappear. Even during election, they don't vote. They'll pack all their children and be abroad. It's these poor people on the road that vote. And they are the ones that will die first. Is it the rich people that are in prison? Even the poor people should go and think. Go and think. Any governor that wants you to protest, you must be at the front with his son. First son and first daughter. Then I go. Any president that want me to protest, give me your first son and your first daughter. They go together. Any powerful interest that want me to, oh God, the condition is give me your first son and your first daughter. Now we go there front. I go protest that kind of protest. But your own are sitting somewhere quiet and you are putting money. God go punish you. This Nigeria belongs to all of us. Nigeria belongs to all of us. Lagos is Nigeria. Rivers is Nigeria. Akwa Ibom is Nigeria. Oyo is Nigeria. Everywhere is Nigeria. Crisis in one place will spread to other places. So there should be no crisis anywhere. Let us bury our head together as a nation, one people, fighting for this country. I've been everywhere. I know the amount of powerful interest that is against this country. So when we are quiet, it's not that we are stupid. When we take some insult in some places, like I said, men that they give appointments or give opportunity to come into the room, it's Godfather that did it for them, not because they went to Harvard or MIT or because they have experiences before. It's Godfather that is pushing and say, put this person here, do this for this person. He qualify. If Godfather no push your CV, you no go get him at the highest level. So how much more? Who are you not to want to have a Godfather? Should have told them and say, I beg, I know they do. I go survive by myself. And survive by yourself. Come out and share the story and people go follow you. But if na person put you for there, endure the bullshit. Do what has to be done. And prioritize peace over anything else. Have a good day. I won't say anything more about this matter. Thank you.